So good evening. I guess everyone is in the time zone where there's afternoon or evening, and there's no morning people over here. So let's start. So when we start with any class, we generally recite Namokar mantra. Is it Navkar mantra or is it Namokar mantra? Because generally we hear the name Navkar, but the real name is Namokar. There is no name, or like rather that is an abridged name. The real name is Namokar mantra, and how is it supposed to be recited? Let's try to learn. So you can fold your hands in prayer gesture, and if you have worn shoes, you can remove it for the class. So it is not Namo, but the real one is the Namo, the letter which looks like a roller coaster, right? So it is Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayeri Aram, Namo Uvajayanam, Namo Loe Sabba, not Sarva, as normally we say Sarva. Namo Sabba Sahanam, Eso Panchanamo Yaro, Sabba Pavapanasano, Mangalanancha Sabbesim, Padamam Hoi Mangalam, and not Havai Mangalam. So this is what we have to take into account, that it is not Havai Mangalam, as normally we also like listen to this on like YouTube. They normally say Havai Mangalam, but it's Hoi Mangalam. So why are we learning classes? Because we have everything in our school books, we have all the knowledge in many books, also like on YouTube. So why do we need to learn Jainism? What is so important about it that we need to learn about it? And what the bigger question is, what is the essence of Jainism? Because every religion will talk about be good, do this, do this, do this. But it's only in Jainism where they say don't do anything. Be a knower. Be a knower. I am just a knower. I am not a doer. I am a knower and I'm not a doer. So who am I? Am I this body, or am I this speech, or am I these thoughts which come to me all the time, 24 hours a day, even when I'm sleeping? Even when I'm sleeping, I get thoughts. Don't we all get dreams when we sleep? Like, don't we wake up in the morning thinking, oh, I thought of this at night and I'm going to do this now? Right? So the bigger question is, who am I? Because if I don't know who I am, then I am just aimlessly running around like a headless chicken. And unfortunately, our life finishes. It finishes so quickly, I mean, much faster than we think. We just think, oh, I just finished high school. Oh, I just finished university. By the time you open your eyes again, you are in your next level or like the next decade of your life. So why are we learning Jainism? It is very important for us to understand why we're learning, because the bigger question is, who am I? That is the essence of Jainism. The essence is not that kashay ochi karo, ke a ochu karo, kandamur mukhi diyo, ke bateta ni khao. Of course, that is important. Don't misunderstand me. That is important, because everything has a reason why we do this or we don't do this. But the essence of Jainism is to be a knower. It is not to be a doer. That is the essence of Jainism. Is કે હું જાણનાર છું, હું કરનાર નથી. જાણનારો જણાય છે, ખરેખર પર જણાતું નથી. So what does that mean? Fiona, did you understand what that meant? You can explain in like a few words. And like Savita Kaki, is that you? You can just show your video so we can see you. Fiona, you can explain.
Say whatever you understand. It's okay. It's okay.
I don't want to.
Do you understand what she says, though? Do you understand what a knower is? Yes or no? Just nod. Do you understand what a knower is? We can ask her. It's okay. You can ask her. Say, I don't understand what it means. Do you understand what that is? Knower. You can ask her. Say, can you explain me what do you mean by I'm a knower? You want to ask her? Do you understand what it means though? When she
No.
says we are a knower. Do you understand what that means?
No.
No? We have
No.
to simplify further.
It's like good you asked. So now, can you see that your mom has worn a watch? So are you able to know it? Are you able to know it because you have knowledge? Can you see her watch?
Can you see me watch the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also, can you see her watch? I'm
Can
like
you see
talking
my
about
watch?
this
Yes.
watch.
Yes.
So you are able to know, right? You are able to know that this is a watch.
Do you
Is
understand?
that
You
correct?
know.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that correct? That you can know that this is a watch. Now you can tell that I am Komal, right? Or you can tell that this is a phone.
Can you tell that's a phone in her hand?
What is
Yes.
your
Yes.
What is your name?
Briella.
Sorry,
Say it again.
Briella.
Briella. Oh, that's a very nice name. Okay, so you can tell that this is a phone, right? Can you know that this is a phone? So
Yeah.
where is the knowing happening from? That is the question. That is the question. That where is this knowing happening from? Is it happening from the eyes that you can see that this is a phone?
Is this happening from your eyes that you know stuff? Like I am mommy, this is watch. Komalanti is holding, she has a phone. So that you understand that you know that this is she's asking you, does that happen through your eyes? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, it
you
does
can
happen
see.
through your eyes. Very good answer. That is correct. That is correct. Now, have you noticed when somebody dies, can they see?
No.
But why? He has eyes.
It's true, she has eyes. And but you cannot see them. Why is that?
Why? Why? Because if I can see this phone through my eyes, why is it that a dead person cannot see that? Because he has eyes. The doctor hasn't removed it. Yes.
Because their soul left their body, so they can't see anymore.
But you just said you can see through the eyes.
So how does the knowing happen then? She said we know stuff through our eyes. So is that a right answer? Or maybe it's not through eyes. I
So
wonder
I
where.
think, so I think Fiona is correct. That because the soul left. So what is it in the soul that the person who has eyes cannot see?
What is inside your soul?
That because Fiona, you answered that when a dead person, like a dead person cannot see. Although he has eyes, he cannot see, or he cannot smell, or he cannot taste, or he cannot hear. So you said something about the soul. What is there in the soul that is enabling us to know things?
Knowledge.
Very good.
Do you remember last
Very
time?
good. So you are a very smart girl. So are you sure? I think your answer is wrong because the knowledge is in the brain.
No, because your brain is made of atom particles, and atom particles don't have knowledge.
No, that's not true. That's not true. How will you prove that? How will you prove that?
How do you prove that? Like the knowledge is in your soul, not your brain. Can you give an example? How can we prove that? That knowledge is not in your brain, it's inside your soul. Do you have an example?
People think different thoughts, so it can't be from your soul. It can be from your soul. Like that's okay.
No, but like whatever you're saying is correct. So you can continue.
Do you have an example? Or why?
People think different thoughts, but atom particles are all the same. So we
Uh,
can't think different.
So for example, we have a phone over here, or we have this laptop that I'm using. All of them are matter particles or atom particles.
Okay,
Correct?
things. Do you get it?
So
Yeah.
there are things. So in things, is there an attribute, which is a difficult word. An attribute is slightly difficult. So is there a quality? Is there a quality in it to know things? For example, if you have a cushion which is behind your back, can that cushion know you?
No.
No.
Because it's made of
Right.
atom particles.
Yes,
Think
it can.
or
I
particle.
think that it can know you. I think it can know you, because you just say that we can see through the eyes.
I think we're getting confused.
No, she's confusing us because
She-
she's saying all the wrong stuff.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, so fine. You are very smart. So if there's a cushion behind you, if the cushion is made out of matter particles and it cannot know you, then can you see through the eyes? Because this is even matter particles. So just answering yes and no.
Your soul is telling the eyes, see this, blah 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 blah, whatever.
Don't say blah blah.
Yeah, good. So now let's move on to the next point. So have you seen when like somebody wears a mask? Fiona, when somebody wears a mask, what actually happens? What actually happens when like somebody wears a mask? Is the mask seeing the person, or the eyes within the mask, which is inside, or like which is covered, is that seeing the person? I think you know it. I think it's just that because we are not having a mask over here, but I'm sure when you have a mask on your face, so there's a cutting over here. So is it through the cutting that you can see, or is it that the mask is seeing your system?
You know how you have that tiger mask or elephant mask or like one of those Power Ranger mask or any kind of dress up masks. Do you understand when she says mask?
So you
yes, come
soul
close.
tells
Yes.
your eyes to see my sister even when I am wearing a mask.
Good. So it is your eyes which is seeing, although you're wearing a mask, it is your eyes which is telling you that no, this is my sister, this is not my sister. So the same thing happens with the body. The body is like a mask. Is that making any sense? Is
Yeah.
that making sense?
Do you get it?
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So like that is making sense. That is making sense that the body is like a mask. The body is like a mask. But the actual knowing is happening from something inside, which we can't see. Which we can't see.
The soul.
You're so clever. That is the correct answer. So like that is the correct answer, that the body is like a mask.
Do you
The
get it?
body is actually like a mask, but the real knowledge is coming from something which is inside, and that is the soul.
So much, buddy.
Well done. Well done.
You understand too, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait.
So how old is your sister, Fiona?
My sister is
She means Briella.
Brie.
Yes.
Is 6.5.
6.5. Okay. So I'm going to record these lectures for you in case if you don't understand, maybe after a few months they might make a little more sense. Because
Yes.
because you're still a bit young. Okay. So good. It's good. It's good. At least you are listening to it. So that is very, very good. But Fiona is 9 years old.
So you'll understand a little bit, maybe a few more months later, because you'll be 7, 8. You'll be older and you'll understand better. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, very good. Okay, so now we talked about the knowledge. Okay, so now let us talk about this speech. Is this speech again matter particles, or is it, or like what is it according to you? You are allowed to give any answer. I can't hear you.
it's from your soul because a boy talks like a boy, a girl talks like a girl, a baby talks like a baby. So they can't atom particles, or well, they're the same. So if it was from the particles, we'd all be talking the exact same voice.
Good thinking. Although we did learn this in the last class, but you gave your own extra point, which was that otherwise we would all be having the same voice, which is your own thinking. So it is always good to have your own thinking. So why is it that the speech is changing constantly? The speech is changing constantly because when we get a body of a female, we get like a female voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Then when we get a body of a male, we get a male voice. When we get a body of a baby, we talk like a baby who cannot even speak all the words properly. And then when that same baby becomes a man, the man can talk properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that making sense? So it is something that is not constant, right? It is something that is always changing.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it true that that it is always changing? Have you heard your grandmother talk? She talks different than your mom.
Yeah.
Because
Same for my baby sister and me.
Yes, good one. Yes. So it is something that constantly keeps on changing. So is it coming from the soul or is it matter particles?
Is it from? It doesn't have to be right or wrong. What do you think?
Your soul.
So
It's
the
coming from the soul.
speech.
Good thinking. If it is coming from the soul, then that means when a person dies, that same speech will carry on with him.
No.
No.
It will change.
It will change. Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes. But then how do you prove that you get another body and you are the same soul always? I mean, why are you believing me? Why are you believing me?
I don't know.
So have you heard of like stories of real life stories that they do where you know you can remember your past life?
Have you ever heard a story like that where you remember what happened to you before you were born? Or like, you know how we believe? No, we don't know that.
Okay, good. So now that's the only homework you have. That you just have to find a question that is it really true that with this body the soul doesn't die? That is your homework. So you just have to think. You only have to think. You don't have to look at many big books, or you don't have to look at any other information. You only have to think. You only have to think because see, from like last week, you found your own answer that the speech is not constant. So in the same way, just think any answer you get is fine. You just have to think that why is it that this soul that we say that it is that the body and the soul are not the same, or why is it that with the body the soul is not dying?
So what she says, you have to think like when you're dead, is the soul
Dying with you.
soul dies with the body or no?
No, because it was never created, so it can never end.
Who told you that?
Nanima.
Yeah, my grandma.
Nanima.
Okay, so that is the correct answer, that it was never created. It was never created, like how in science they say that nobody created this universe. That is the correct answer. That nobody created this universe. So how many different types of substances are there in this universe? One you already know, matter particles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything?
One you already know that what is it, Fiona?
Matter particles are just little
Tiny.
tiny items.
Things, atoms.
Okay, now also the second one you know, which was not created or destroyed. You already know this.
What is it you think that's not created? You just said the answer. Just think again. Oh.
Your soul was never created.
So,
Okay, soul. So now you know two. So now let's learn the real words of it. The real word is called jeev.
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 Jeev is called soul.
Say Jeev.
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 Jeev. And then for matter particles, what is the real word? Pudgal.
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 G-A-L.
This one. Pudgal. Pudgal. They are the matter particles. Get it? Tiny, tiny substance. Tiny, tiny things. So much, buddy?
Tiny atoms.
Atoms are tiny. They're atoms, but we don't know atoms yet. You just you memorized it. But so much, buddy, at what?
Yeah.
Do you know what Jeev is?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is jeev?
Can you tell her what is Jeev? You can say in English.
I know.
No, you wait. Think, it's easy. I'm not sikraivu. Jeev soche. Jeev ekle. It's okay. Even if your answer is wrong, it's okay. It's okay if your answer is wrong. It's not. What is? You want to say?
Yeah.
Can she say? Is that okay? Can you do you
Yeah.
pass? Okay.
Soul.
Soul. Very good. So now,
Correct.
so now you know two substances. One is jeev. One is pudgal. Now let's learn the third one, which you already know. Is called space.
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 This is with all the planets.
Yes. And also around us. What is all this around us? It is called space.
Disappear.
Yeah.
Here and the fear.
Okay. We get excited.
Okay.
It's
And
all
then,
around you.
and then the fourth one, you already know it. You already know this, which is called time.
Time.
Do you understand time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Time never ends.
Time. Very good. Time. And then, so we talked about four. So now, what is space called in Sanskrit? Akash.
Akash.
Akash. Akash.
Sky.
Sky.
Yeah, not sky, space.
No?
Space.
Oh yeah, so not space. So you feel next to you, we don't feel it, but that emptiness is space or Akash. The emptiness, you feel it around you?
It's sky.
No, not sky upar che. It's sky nahi. We know few words of Gujarati and one is sky and a sky is Akash.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
But
And then Fiona, what is the translation for time? What is it? Translation for time is called Kal.
Kal.
I will write it for you. So space
Kal.
is Akash, A-K-A.
Mama.
And time, sorry, is
Time
Kal.
is Kal.
A-A-L. Get it?
Mhm.
Okay. This is G.
Okay.
So much, buddy?
Yes.
Okay. And then the fifth substance is called Dharmastika. Dharmastika. I do not know the exact English
Dharma.
translation. Dharmastika.
Is it Dharma or Dharma?
Dharmastika. It has got nothing to do with the word dharma, but it is Dharmastika.
Oh, I know. I learned it. Movement.
Yeah, it is an instrumental cause. It is the nimit in movement. Okay, so we will come to that later.
Dharmastika. K-A-Y. Can you read this? To break the word. Rifiana, break the word. Dharma. Stika. You break the word, okay? Dharma. Stikai. Samajh padi? Can you read that? Dharma. Stikai. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Word samajh bolta avde chhe.
Yeah, good, very good. And then the next one is called Adharmastika.
So Dharmastika, and then all you have to do is add a. Say a. Oh, at the beginning. So another word is, I'll just write so I'll just write A and I'll make an arrow. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Dar.
We have learned 6 new words today. Let's try to memorize them.
So this is the first. Can you memorize it? Can you just say it loudly? What's the
Jeev.
Jeev? What is Jeev? Remember? Atma is okay. You can say Atma. It's
Atma.
Atma. Jeev.
Pudgal.
Pudgal.
Akash.
It's a space around you. Akash.
Kal.
Kal is time. Kal.
Kal.
Break the word.
Dharmastika.
Dharmastikai. It's Dar and A. Dar.
Mastika.
Mastikai. समझ पड़ी? Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 words. समझ पड़ी?
Okay.
Yes.
So now let's learn them how they're supposed to be said in order. Because we just learned it in a way that was easy for you first. So the first one is Jeev,
Jeev.
Jeev.
then Pudgal,
Pudgal.
then is Dharmastikai,
Dharmastikai.
then is Adharmastikai,
Adharmastikai.
then is Akash,
Akash.
and the last one is Kal.
Kal.
Okay, so now let's learn it again in order. Jeev,
Jeev.
Pudgal,
Pudgal.
Dharmastikai,
Dharmastikai.
Adharmastikai,
Adharmastikai.
Akash,
Akash.
and Kal.
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 And Kal.
Yes.
Good. So who created this universe? God created this universe.
No.
No, I think I really think God created this universe.
It did. You literally said before God didn't create this universe. No one created this universe.
Just looking
Okay.
here.
So is God a soul or a body?
So
Very good. So yeah. So what is the functioning of the soul?
What do you think soul does?
You already know the answer.
soul gives you knowledge.
Good.
No.
It is to know. It is to know.
You get it?
Yeah.
It knows everything.
Everything.
It's not the brain. It's matter particle. It's
I
I know, but she has to repeat to make sure everybody understands. It's not just about you, right? So do you understand? Soul sukareche, janeche. Janeche is to know. Say janeche.
Okay, so now Fiona, so the next question for you, because I know that you want to know something new. So now does like God do things?
Does God?
Does God do things? Does he do things? Fiona, that's only for Fiona.
No,
Why?
because he's in soul form.
He's in soul form, and
he's in moksha.
he's in moksha, yeah, but he's
in his soul form.
So like that is the point that you get to prove that God did not create the universe because he doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
doesn't do anything. Makes sense.
because he doesn't do it.
So he didn't make the world.
Nobody did.
Nobody did. But like, what is the reasoning? If like somebody asks you, what is the reasoning? Why didn't he create the universe?
What?
If somebody asks you, why didn't God create the universe?
Because he's in soul form and he can't do anything.
Good. So that is the answer. That is the answer that why God did not create the universe. Because he can't do anything. Because he can't do anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He cannot buy bracelets.
Of course not.
Okay.
He can't buy a bracelet.
Okay, so now let's just take an example. Say for example, somebody tells you that God created the universe in 7 days, or like God created the universe in 1 day. Everything will get, and then every day, then 1 day everything will get destroyed. So my question to you is that if that is true or is that false.
False. Totally false.
But say in case it was true, let's just do a debate. Let's just do a debate. Just in case it was true, then with what material did God make the universe?
Out of atom particles?
Atom particles. Good answer. So did God make the universe out of atom particles?
No, because he didn't create it.
Good, very good. Because he didn't even create it. because he cannot even create matter particles. So can he create and destroy this body?
No. No.
So does God make us alive and dead?
No.
Very good. You are very smart, girls.
Makes sense.
So so that's very good. Okay, so if God did not create and destroy this body, then what happens to the soul? Did somebody create and destroy the soul?
No.
Very good. So are you trying to say that the soul is constant for infinite time, or with every body it gets, it like leaves a little bit of soul in the body?
It keeps going and 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 going and
Yeah,
going.
that is the correct answer. So, that is actually the correct answer. That it keeps on going and going and going and going and going and going and going. That is the correct answer. So that is the correct answer. Because now my next question to you is that if there's a body and a soul, in the soul, or sorry, let's rephrase, in the body, is the soul leaving some, like a little bit of soul in every body that it goes?
No.
No, I don't think so.
What did she say?
She doesn't even think so.
No, what was the question?
Okay, so so the question was that in every body that the soul goes into, does it leave a little bit of soul in it?
No.
Not even a little bit?
No.
Okay.
Because we've just said before it goes on for infinite time and not leaves anything, and now you're repeating it.
Okay, good. So that means that the soul is always complete. Are you trying to say that?
What?
Are you trying to say that the soul is always complete? That because it is not leaving a little bit of the soulness in every body, are you trying to say for infinite time that it is complete?
The soul will just stay the soul forever.
No, because when it goes from one body to the other body, you're saying that it does not leave little bit of itself into previous body, correct?
Mhm.
You're saying it doesn't do that. It moves on completely as a whole soul, right?
Yeah.
So that means what you are proving by saying that soul doesn't break apart, I guess. It's whole.
It stays
So
whole
much body,
for
holds
infinite
it.
time.
Very good.
So
So
much-
Fiona has got all the correct answers. So Fiona said that the soul is complete for infinite time. So that is the correct answer. That the soul remains complete for infinite time.
Mhm.
Good. Okay, so we have only 10 more minutes because otherwise we will confuse ourselves with too many concepts. Let us just revise what we did today, and then in the next class we can continue from here. So what did we learn today? We learned that, am I going to say or is Fiona going to say? What did we learn today?
You can take a look at my book. It's fine by me.
We learned 6
Ask
words.
permission. So can I say? So can I answer? Ask her. Can I answer?
Can I answer?
Yes, you can.
You can read. It's fine.
We learned 16 words.
6 substances.
So these are called substance. So you want to go number 1? You can read. It's okay. That is J.
G.
And then
Pudgal.
Udgal. Where's number 3 here? Break the word. Dar. Mastikai.
And other mastikai.
Other mastikai. 4, and then 5 is this one.
Akash
6.
and Kal.
Good, we learned that. So we learned that there are 6 substances in the universe: Jeev, Utkal, Dharmastikai, Adharmastikai, Akash, and Kal. And what else did we learn today?
Do you remember about? Think.
That the soul never breaks apart.
Never breaks. Yes. Never
Very
breaks
good.
apart.
It never breaks apart. It is always constant. It is always complete. What is it?
The word is complete. The word is
Always
complete. I can write it for you.
I know.
Okay, then remember, she'll ask you next class.
Complete.
Okay.
Yes, it is always complete. Very good. So the soul is always complete, no matter how many bodies it may take. It does not leave a little bit of soul in every body. So it is always going to be complete. What else did we learn today?
What else can we think about? We do.
That your thoughts don't come from your brain because your brain is made of atom particles.
So where do your thoughts come from?
Your soul?
Good. And where does your speech come from?
Your soul.
Where does your speech come from?
Not the speech, because speech will be putkal. It's a sound.
What? Body.
Body.
Soul.
So it does not come from the soul because speech is matter particles.
It's much body. Speeches.
Matter
Matter particles. So it's part of your body.
And
Thing.
and as matter particles and soul mixed together.
No.
Why does it mix together? Because I'm giving you a clue.
What?
Why is soul and matter particles, that's your body, they're not mixed together? Why is that? Because they are what?
Because they don't have knowledge?
Because they're separate.
Two different
things.
Two different things. So much body?
So are you and your sister mixing together?
No. And that would be like.
Okay. okay, get up. You know, there's a time limit. She has to go then. Yeah, there's a time limit.
Because both of you are separate, so you cannot mix together. In the same way, matter particles and soul cannot mix together.
Get it?
Yeah.
Okay. And we learned one more thing in the very beginning.
Say that again.
We learned something in the very beginning.
Do you remember?
I will give you a clue.
That your soul tells your eyes to see, for instance, mommy. Are you? The house, or the flute stand, or our flute.
Okay.
Okay. So the answer is that the knowing happens from the soul. The knowing does not happen from the body or the brain.
Yeah.
I'll write it down for you.
And I know maybe another thing.
So you are what? You can ask her. So can I say something?
Your soul is made up of two things: knowledge, and infinite happiness.
Very good. But that is something that we had learned in the last class. So it is good you remember. So very good that you remember. Okay. Now, now let's do a story, because I think we have asked too many questions now. So now let's learn a story.
Would you like a story?
Do you know who Kuntal Acharya is?
Okay, she's asking you something. Can I have that for a moment?
Hey, no.
Do you even know the name? What? But that's what I'm saying. Pay attention. Kund. Say it. Kund. Acharya.
Acharya.
Kund Acharya. Do you know who he is?
Okay. So now, so now you cannot ask questions. Now I'm just going to tell you the story. Vishal, you can just do the full screen.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, you can just do the full screen because now there are no more questions. I will just be reciting the story of Kunkulacharya.
Who wants to do it?
Let me see how to do that.
Only it'll be her on the screen and not the. Wow. What is that?
Okay, okay. So once upon a time, there was a shepherd boy. There was a shepherd boy who used to live with his mother. Both of them used to live together. And he used to take cows every day to the jungle. He used to take these cows for grazing. One day he noticed that there is one saint, one Digambar saint, meaning Digambar means someone who does not wear clothes. There are no clothes on his body. They noticed that there was one saint sitting over there in meditation, and many important people, many rich people who had worn very nice clothes, jewelry, and they all were going to him. So he wondered, why are they going to this saint? So he also followed these kings and queens and these rich people who were going towards the saint. Then they noticed that the saint started to talk something important. So the saint started to say, "Ke tu Bhagwan Atma cho." Tu Bhagwan Atma cho, meaning that you are a God in the present. Ke taro Atma ji che, te Bhagwan che. And then this shepherd boy thought, I am just a shepherd boy. Why is this saint calling me a Bhagwan Atma? Because I am a poor shepherd boy. I just know how to graze cows. I'm not even like knowledgeable. I don't go to school. And then he went away to his house. And then what happened? One day that there was a fire in the forest. There was a big fire in the forest, and he noticed that that saint was writing something on paper, which is called tar patra. He was writing something on tar patra, which in present tense today or like in like our language we call paper. He was writing something on it, and he had put it in like a hole of the bark of the tree. So he noticed that the whole jungle is burning apart from this one tree where this paper is secured. What he did, he quickly went and took that paper and he placed it properly in his house. He thought, whenever I meet any knowledgeable man or like another Muniraj, another saint, I will give him this tar patra or this paper. And that's exactly what happened. One day, again, when he went to the jungle, he met another Muniraj. And this Muniraj, then when he saw the Muniraj with like a lot, with like a lot of humbleness, he gave this tar patra to this Muniraj. And in blessing, that Muniraj said that in your next birth, you will be a very great Acharya. You will be a very great saint, which the whole world will praise you for. And after a few days, unfortunately, that shepherd boy died in the river. He was born in a very wealthy house where there was lots of nice food, lots of nice clothes, lots of jewelry, people to look after him, and everything was very grand. It was very beautiful. He had no problem at all. He lived in like a lot of luxury. This boy was called Padma at birth. This boy, who is Padma, later on is known as Kund Acharya. Why is he known as Kund Acharya? Because he was born in a city called Kondakund. He was born in a city called Kondakund, and so later on in life, he was called Kund Acharya. So he started to grow up, and his mother used to teach him many valuable lessons. His mother was also very knowledgeable. It came to a point where this Padma had crossed all the knowledge in a very young age. Then the mother was also confused. Now, what should I teach Padma? So she used to stay at night, and she used to stay awake at night and read books so that in the morning she could teach Padma. Now, what happened one day was it was very special that in their city, one great Acharya who had the name of Jin Chandra Acharya came to visit their city. And the whole city went to see him. This boy Padma also went to see him. And what he noticed was that everybody was like sitting for him, waiting for him to start the discourse. But obviously, the Muniraj does not start the discourse just because people are waiting for him. He starts to speak only when he is not in his thoughtless state, which is called Nirvikalpavastha. Then when he opened his eyes, he started to speak. Padma was so impressed by this Muniraj that he thought, oh, even I want to be like this Muniraj. And remember, he was only 11 years old at that time. So he was so impressed by him because he was so impressed by what he was talking about the soul. Then he explained that the soul is Ajar Amar, it is everlasting. It is everlasting and it will never, never, never get destroyed. And this body will get destroyed. So he thought, I want to be like this Muniraj who is focusing on his soul and who is trying to understand his soul for infinite happiness. Then what happened? He went home and he told his parents that I want to be a Muniraj. Obviously, his parents did not agree. They're like, you're too young. How can you live in the jungle by yourself? It is not safe. There are wild animals over there. They will eat you up. But this young boy was so adamant, he was so strong-willed, he was so focused for his goal that he said, no, I want to be a Muniraj. Then finally his parents agreed. And this boy called Padma became a Muniraj. He became a Digambar Muniraj, meaning that he does not wear any clothes, whether it is raining, whether it is very hot, whether it is snowing, or any other weather, he will never, never, never wear any clothes. Now, this boy started to grow up, and in the age of 44, he's all congregation, he's all group of saints, because you see, they don't travel by themselves. They all travel in groups. And the whole group said that we appoint Kund Acharya as our leader. Leader meaning that as our Acharya Padmi. He was bestowed that title of Acharya at the age of 44. Later on in life, when he had some questions, some very specific questions that he wanted to know about, he thought, there is not Tirthankar over here at this time because we have not Tirthankar in the 5th era. So he thought, let me go and visit Simandar Bhagwan. Simandar Bhagwan lives very far away from us in Videhi Kshetra, which is very, very, very far away from us. So he went for 8 days to visit Simandar Bhagwan. And there what happened, you see, because in Bharat Kshetra where we live, we are very small in height. But in Videhi Kshetra, they are all very, very, very tall people. Very tall people. And eventually, when he reached over there, he was called Elachari. Have you seen an Elchi at home? Have you seen an Elchi at home? Now your mommy will show you after the class is finished an Elchi. An Elchi is a spice in your kitchen, which is so small, So he was called Elachari because he was so small compared to the other monks. So he was called Elachari. After 8 days, when he came back to Bharat Kshetra where we live, he started to write books. He started to write scriptures. So he wrote, today he has written many scriptures, but let's just learn 3 names today. And in the next class, we will learn more names. He wrote Pravachan Sound. What did he write? Pravachan Sound. Then the second book he wrote was Samay Sound. Samay Sound. And the third book that he wrote was Niyam Sound. Niyam and Sound. Niyam Sound. So these are 3 books. Of course, there are many books, but these are the 3 names of the books that he wrote. Now, are you going to remember the story for next time? I can see you nodding your head slightly. So you have to remember this
Yes.
story.
Yeah.
So so you have to remember this story because next time I will ask you this story. Are there
Yeah.
any questions before we finish the class?
Do you want to ask her anything about what we learned today? Or do you understand so far?
Understand.
Yes. What
Yeah.
about you? Do you understand what we learned today?
Mm.
Yes, I think so. We kind of have notes here. You in fact said all these 6 things, remember?
Yeah.
So you already understand that means. And I have points here for you to read.
But I can't read cursive.
I will read it for you.
Mm-mm.
I can't.
Okay,
Sit
fine.
down.
So now we meet on next Saturday, and until then you just have to revise what you learned today. Okay? And for
Let's go
next
through.
Saturday, and then for next Saturday we will move ahead with the topics that we did today.
So next week, do you get it? She'll talk about Kunda Acharya and the 3 important books that he wrote.
Mhm.
We'll go over the story again, okay?
Mhm.
Yes?
Mhm.
Samajh padi?
Mhm.
Samajh padi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Jai Jinendra.
Can you say Jai Jinendra? Hands together. Jai Jinendra. Bye.
Bye.
Say thank you.
Next week.
Yes, see you next week.
See you
Next-
next
Bye.
week.
Yes, bye.
Bye. After all, that's cool.
Okay, after school.